Is a paid advertisement brought to you by the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, one of the country's most experienced health and wellness experts.
The single greatest benefit of visiting the Hotze Health and Wellness Center was that I got my energy back.
It's great. It's been 5 months now, and I've never felt better.
Oh, I'm awesome now. I'm like Superwoman.
If you suffer from fatigue, weight gain, depressed moods, brain fog, insomnia, headaches, joint and muscle pain, hair loss, and other symptoms associated with hormonal imbalance and decline, stay tuned for the next half hour. Your host, Brenda Teal, will discuss the benefits which people have experienced after their evaluation at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Also joining us will be Dr. Stephen Hotze, radio host, author of the book Hormones, Health and Happiness, and founder of the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Listen to the success stories from patients who have benefited from Dr. Hotze's life-changing treatment program. Through this treatment program, which utilizes all natural, bioidentical products, thousands of patients have regained their health and vitality. Stay tuned for important information that may help you get your life back.
Feeling like you're in your 20s again and having all your faculties and just feeling in charge and feeling confident and in control, you can't put a price on that.
I could not function before. Now I'm able to run, spend time with my family, and enjoy life. And that's the best part of it, having my health back.
If you've ever been a migraine sufferer, which I have since I was a little girl, to have 1 month, 2, 3, 4 months with no migraines is an incredible feeling.
I lost weight. I lost 50 pounds. Yeah. Before I would eat a carrot and gain 5.
I went on Monday, and by Thursday I woke up going, I'm a different person. So it was that quick.
Do you want to improve your health and increase your vitality and energy level as you age? Have you been to numerous physicians searching for the explanation as to why you're experiencing such a significant decline in your health, only to come up empty-handed? If so, it is essential that you listen for the next half hour as we discuss the benefits that thousands of people have received by going to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, one of the nation's leading alternative medical centers. Since 1989, the physicians and staff at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center have helped over 13,000 patients regain their health and vitality by listening to their health concerns and recommending all-natural, bioidentical products which restore hormones to their optimal levels, strengthen the immune system, and increase energy levels. The physicians at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center have more than 70 years combined medical experience and are supported by a staff of more than 80 caring professionals who provide an environment of hope and foster a sense of well-being in each of their guests.
I noticed a decline in my health after the birth of my second son, and that's when I became very ill and I couldn't remember anything. I became exhausted, frustrated. I had chronic sinus infections. I had problems with my stomach, digestive issues, and it just never seemed to resolve regardless of what I tried. Before coming to the center, I saw my OBGYN that had taken care of me during the birth of both of my sons, and I also saw my regular family physician. And in both places, I was met with a prescription for an antidepressant, except for I wasn't depressed. That was a problem. Like, I never mentioned to anybody that I was sad, ever. I just told them that I was tired, really, really, really tired. And I kept inquiring about my thyroid, asking them to check my thyroid levels, and they kept telling me my blood work was normal, and that basically there wasn't anything wrong with me, and that when you have 2 small children and you're trying to run a business, that you should be tired. That's just something that you have to deal with. My energy level was so low that I fell asleep one morning with my baby in the high chair. I put him in the high chair with like some little Cheerios or finger food or something like that, and I sat down intending just to sit down for a minute, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I looked at the clock, and I think about 30 minutes had passed. So he had been in the high chair for 30 minutes, pretty much unsupervised, because I'd accidentally fallen asleep. Well, my experience at the center was completely different than what I'd ever had at a physician's office before, and I found that I was treated with kindness and respect, and that was something new because, you know, usually you're greeted with a closed window and someone just kind of barks at you to sign their name and sit down or whatever, but people, everyone there across the board really treated me with respect and kindness, and I really appreciated that. Now I feel like I have a great quality of life. I have hope for the future. I have wonderful relationship with my family. I'm energetic. I feel alive again. My friends recognize me again, and I just feel completely well.
Many patients have come to the Hotze Health and Wellness Center suffering from an array of symptoms: low energy, fatigue, weight gain, difficulty sleeping, depression, joint and muscle pain, hair loss, menstrual irregularities, loss of libido, and many other symptoms. Millions of women and men needlessly suffer from many of these symptoms and are told by their physicians that this is all a part of the aging process and they need to learn to live with it. However, you don't have to live this way or feel this way. There are people out there who will listen to you and understand that how you feel is very real.
Before the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, I felt exhausted, frustrated, tired, sick, miserable, pretty much. Pretty miserable.
I also had a very difficult time sleeping at night, and yet functioning during the day. I was exhausted during the day.
I just couldn't function without the coffee. I know I'd start off with a couple of cups of coffee, and if I didn't feel like I had enough energy, I'd have a little piece of chocolate to help with the energy. It was really, really bad.
I didn't feel that I had the energy to do the kinds of physical activity and things that I wanted to do. And so I came feeling tired all the time, basically.
It was hard for me to get out of the bed every morning. It was hard to function. It was hard to get out and do those things I'd normally do.
If you're like many of the guests who have visited the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, you're at the end of your rope. You've already seen numerous physicians. You've been poked, prodded, and labeled. You have been treated like cattle, or worse, like an imposition on the medical staff. You may have been made to feel like a hypochondriac. You've been given prescription drugs, usually antidepressants, but you haven't been given what you need most: to be listened to and understood, to be cared for and appreciated. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center looks at medical symptoms a little differently than conventional medicine. They use a common sense approach when addressing your health. Instead of masking symptoms with synthetic drugs, they look at and address the root cause of them. They ask questions like, what's causing this symptom? Is it diet, family history, hormonal imbalance, hypothyroidism, and overgrowth of yeast? The problem with mainstream medicine is that it's comprised of a field of specialists who think that your symptoms are the problem and that the drugs are the solution. It is likely that your symptoms are caused by a combination of hormonal imbalances, dietary factors, allergies, and side effects from the drugs that you're currently taking.
The main difference for me between traditional medicine and the Hotze Health and Wellness Center is that the Hotze Health and Wellness Center actually allowed my symptoms to be treated, not just the results from a test to be considered.
They really listened to me, and that they seemed very concerned about my health, and they took it seriously. They didn't just dismiss what I had to say to send me off with no hope that I was gonna feel any better. When I left there, I felt a real sense of hope.
The mainstream doctors give you maybe 5 minutes of their time. You know, you talk about depression, they immediately give you a pill for depression. There's no follow-up with that. It's, you know, it's like you have to take the initiative to go in.
I knew that traditional medicine had failed me. So I truly needed to do something different, and I knew that I needed to get onto something that addressed the problem and not the signs or symptoms, because the problem was the issue and the issue is what I wanted to address. That's what they did at the Hotze Clinic.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you weary of doctors who won't listen to you and don't understand you and offer only prescription drugs or antidepressants as the solution to your health problems? Are you frustrated with being told that your blood tests are normal and that there's nothing wrong with you? If your answer is yes, then I understand how you feel. Daily at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we see women and men who have sought the care of numerous physicians for many various symptoms, such as fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, menstrual irregularities, headaches, joint and muscle pain, loss of libido, and numerous other problems. They've had their blood drawn and their hormone levels measured, only to be told by their conventional physicians that there are no physical causes found for their symptoms. If this is the way you feel or have been treated, then please listen carefully. Your health problems are not all in your head. You're not crazy. It's more likely that your doctor is simply uninformed. Your symptoms are very real and have a physical cause. However, you may be suffering needlessly at the hands of an unsympathetic physician who will not take the time or does not have the interest or the training to determine the root cause of your symptoms.